Welcome back to the Chaos, everyone. ChaosEclipse here. We are on No Man's Sky again today. I just wanted to start here at the title screen. That way, when I hit play here, you guys can see that I have been playing for 24 hours, 35 minutes. That way, you guys can see like kind of how long it's been taking me to get to the progress point that I'm at. Obviously, you can do this a lot faster. I mainly play this game when I have like downtime, so it's not like I'm not really rushing it, but I could definitely be a lot faster. But I just wanted to show this because for anyone new starting the game, they're gonna be like, man, how does he have all of that stuff? It's been a long time that I've been playing it. Granted, it's only 24 hours. I know people have hours into the game. I have had hours, but if you look at my first playthrough again on this one, I restarted, I deleted all my saves and everything, so this is a fresh game. Um, I have quite a bit of nanites, which actually I don't think I do anymore, but I've gotten quite a bit of nanites. You'll see that by all the upgrades that I have. I've gotten a lot of units and everything, and you'll see that by some of the stuff that I have as well. But my main reason for showing all this is because I want you guys to understand that I have duped before in the game in previous saves. So far in this one, I have not, and that is, like I said, the main reason I'm showing this from the beginning because I want you guys to see how long it's been taking me without duping. So here we are. We are at the trade terminal. Our base is down there. So if we go in here, you guys can see that I'm currently at 17,000 nanites and 26 million units. I have bought quite a bit of upgrades here. We've also bought a couple extra slots, so you guys can see that. You guys can see that I bought slots down here as well. We go over to our starship. It is a S class. If you guys missed previous videos, I built this one. I've also been doing a lot of upgrading on it as well. I just put in the cadmium drive. I was working on the next drive, which I don't even remember what it's called, but it is, of course, it's not going to let me show you because I need to move something here. Actually, I guess it would be up here, and I don't have another slot. So yeah, um, it's either the indium or the emerald. I think it's the indium though. But anyway, so what I'm gonna show you today is we're gonna talk about how I've been making the money. I know I went over it a little bit as far as like the nanites and everything, and I'll cover it briefly in this one. I'm not gonna show you guys the whole process, but I'll go back and forth at least once, and I'll show you what I've been doing for it. We also have a mission over there that the game's been trying to force me to do actual story missions. So far, it's brought that up, which is a settlement mission, the first settlement mission it gives you. And then when I'm flying around in space, it's actually giving me the what's it called? The mission where you find your first solar ship that is kind of like in distress or whatever, and you have to like rescue them. And I think they end up either giving you their ship or that's just the process to start getting a solar ship, which I have not done either one. The last time when we were playing, we were focusing on trying to get up our reputation, which I've already done that. Our Viking reputation is high enough to where we can continue on with the story. But like I said, we're not going to continue in this one. I'm just going to show you guys what I've been doing here so that you guys understand where my money's coming from and how you can make money early game. So one of the first things is with your multi-tool, get as many of the scanner upgrades as you can. I still need to switch out this B and this A class here, but if you take a look at them, this is the original one you start with, the regular scanner. If you can get an S class, you can see there that anything I scan, it's giving an additional 32% radius, so I can scan a little bit further. But the main two are the other ones, the flora analysis rewards and the mineral analysis rewards. So you can see that that's increased by 8,000% and 7,000%. Now, it's not that much. I've actually seen higher than those. That one has another mineral one of 6,000, and then this one has a mineral of 3,000 and a flora of 4,000. So if I can get rid of these two and get two more S classes, I will. That's a work in progress because you can only grab them when you see them. But what that means is every time you scan something, which I can't do it on this planet because this is my home planet, so I've already scanned quite a bit of stuff. Um, but every time you scan something, it gives you units. So that's where you want to start with making your units. As far as we'll get into a little bit more complex things with your units, but as far as the nanites, This is where I've been getting all my nanites. Obviously, I'll get the little bit here and there, finding like the broken down machine stuff and all that, where you can, or the damaged machine. I don't even remember what it's called, but you guys know what I'm talking about, hopefully. But you just get a few here and there from those. This is the main way, is this runaway mold here. So you basically shoot all of this with your mining beam, and it will give you runaway mold. Right now, actually, let me stop right there. So right now we just got 300 up on the right. You can see here in my exosuit, I only have the 300. Let me organize this a little bit better so you guys can see exactly how much I get from this. All right, there we go. So we have 300. We're going to go ahead and shoot all of these real quick. This is just one little stack of the mold. If you guys are wondering how to find the mold or how to encase it the way that I did with the buildings and all that, that is in a separate video. You guys can go back and watch that if you would not mind. Also, at this time, if you guys are learning anything or if you do learn anything from the video, please consider hitting that like button and the subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. And I'm dying for subs. Like I literally am dying for subs. Every sub you don't give me, I die a little bit more inside, guys. So you don't want me to die, do you? Yeah, go ahead and hit that sub button. I appreciate you guys. But you can also hit that like button. You can also leave a comment. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you can also put that down in the comment section. I do respond to everyone as long as you guys aren't being like rude or a-holes or anything like that, which most of you aren't, and I appreciate that. There are a couple few that I have that are like, oh, the horrible video, you suck, blah, blah, blah. I have no problem with that. I mean, I probably won't respond to you, but I don't have an issue with it. You know, do you, boo boo, do you? All right, so first let me look in here because I might have some. Yeah, so we already have some in here. Let me go ahead and get rid of those nanites there, and I think there's some in here maybe. Okay, none in there. Okay, so um, we have from that right there, we got 6,843 mold. We can come in here. We can open this up, and where's it at? There it is. Throw your 6,000 in there, and you can see that's going to give us 1,368 mold. So we're going to hit or hold square there, and it'll start cooking. So you can see how long it's going to take over on the right side, like I said, for anyone who's new on the game. So that's going to take about 13 minutes. But when it is done, you'll get that 1368. So that is the fastest way that I've seen to get nanites without actually duplicating or anything like that. And it's a fairly simple process. So the whole reason for the runaway mold here is because what you can do is you can also leave. So we can go back to our main base real quick. And you don't have to do it this way. It's a little bit quicker doing it this way, but you don't have to. Technically, you just need to run like 600 units, I think it is, or meters away from your little base there with the runaway mold. But I already built a teleporter, which you guys can see in one of the previous videos as well. And then we can teleport right back. After you've gone that far away from the base, the runaway mold does respawn. So then you can pick up that other, 6,800 again and throw it in there, which will give you another, what was it, 1368 or something like that. You might even get a little bit more or less. There are food items that you can eat that will give you more like mining resources and everything. So you can see here, all this is back. So we still have our stuff in there that's cooking. And I can go ahead and grab all of this again, which I'll show you real quick because it didn't take that long. But that's like I said, that's the easiest way to get nanites early game. Um, there might be something more in the future. I honestly can't think off the top of my head because I have not played in a while, and that's part of the reason why I'm restarting from scratch, because I'm not really missing anything from stuff that I didn't have before. I had some pretty old saves that where I had like the Normandy and stuff like that, and I'm not really worried about those things. I think the expeditions will come up again. They seem to rotate them every now and then, so I'll just have to be quick with doing it because I think once they have it rotated in, instead of it being like a month and a half that they do the expedition for, they'll do it for like a week. So a little bit risky there, but it's all right. All right, and then yeah, so we got another 6,834. So you can either throw that in here with this, which it won't fit because it's only going to hold 9,999. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in this one over here because it's empty as well. So we can click on that. We can go find our runaway mold. And there you go, another 1368. We'll start that one up too. So we're going to get 2,700 out of there, out of these two. And like I said, you can just keep going back and forth. That's the easiest way to get nanites. As far as the units, that's a little bit different. So first thing first, with what I'm gonna show you now, you guys probably want a minimum, and it might even be a little bit less, might be a little bit more. But I would say a good starting point is probably at least try to get 5 million units. It does not take that long to get 5 million units. You guys are like, oh my god, that's gonna take forever. It really doesn't once you get the hang of things in the game. So on a planet like this, you can look around, you can find, of course, there's not gonna be any near me because this is my home planet and I've done it so many times. So there's a couple different things you guys can look for. You can look for that right there, which is submerged relic. They sell for a decent chunk. The armored clams will give you living pearls, which sell for a good chunk. And as you can see, there's quite a bit. There's a lot of water on this planet, so there's armored clams everywhere. Even the further I go out, I'll even show you guys one other thing on this planet. So we go a little bit further out, and I don't even know which direction to go in because, like I said, I've been on this planet for a while, so I'll probably end up going to a spot that I've already been to, and it's still going to be an issue. But I flew up just to get further away quicker. We're going to go down over here, just like I said, a random spot. We're going to go ahead and land, and I'm just going to get out and scan, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking for. Um, Now, this part that I'm going to show you is completely up to you because you can use this for other things, but I will explain what I'm talking about here. Let me at least find what I'm talking about first. So once you land here, you can jump out and it'll show you when you scan the planet if there's anything on this planet. So what we're looking for is that right there, buried technology module, 171 away. We'll go ahead and go over there and grab that, and I'll show you what it gives you. Like I said, mainly for new players. If you are if you guys already know what it gives you, that's perfectly fine. But I want to show you. So you do need your terrain manipulator, which will be given to you very, very early game. Hopefully, you guys already have that. You're gonna open this technology module up, and you'll see there on the right side it gave us salvage data. So that salvage data is actually worth quite a bit for two reasons, and it actually gave us two. That was pretty awesome. That's not too common that you get two out of there. Sometimes you'll get you have a chance of getting one, two, or three. Um, Most of the time you'll get one, but as you can see, there's more than just one on this planet. So if you look around, you can see that there's one over there that's 80 something away, which was probably closer than the one I just flew to. There was one over there. And if you guys are trying to figure out how to mark it the way that I did, so when you're scanning, hold square on it for PlayStation users. As you can see there, it said hold square to tag. Um, it'll tell you what button to use. So for me, it's holding square, but you can go ahead and you can pick these things up. And I will show you in just 1 second, right after I grab this one here. All right, let's see if that gives us one as well, or if we get lucky and get more than one. All right, just one. That's perfectly fine. That's what it's supposed to. No, we still got two. Wow. Okay. Well, lucky for us. All right, so the other thing is not there. When you go in your inventory, you'll see your salvage data here. You can see that sells for 52,000 units just for one. If you get stacks of them, obviously I have a stack of 50 here, or sorry, a stack of 30 here, and that's 1.5 million. So this is the reason why I say this is completely up to you. So the thing that you want to be careful with is you can use the salvage data to buy modules, and you can use the salvage data to also buy stuff to build with. Um, so with that being said, it is completely up to you whether you want to save that salvage data for things that you want to build with, like to buy those things, or if you want to buy recipes or just other things, because like I said, the salvage data itself can be bought with other things. So now we're going to go back over to our main base because I'm going to show you guys what you want to do once you get your first 5 million. Um, the other way that you guys can get money quicker, let me fly out here to space real quick. You can come out here, you can scan the different planets, and you can see there that one has ancient bones on it, where it says radioactive, says ancient bones. If it says ancient bones, those ancient bones sell for quite a bit. If you find blue ones, usually it's anywhere between like 500,000 to 1 million. If you can find a purple one, that's like 1 to 5 million. And if you can find a yellow one, that one will, you can get very lucky with a yellow one, with a legendary one. So I think the most expensive one I've seen was probably like close to 20 mil off of just one bone. And I'm not exaggerating. That is something that is possible. It's very rare, but it's possible. Um, but if you don't have any of that stuff, like I said, you can do the salvage data, or you can just look for yellow items, like I showed you the armored clam or the relic, things like that. But the next thing you want to do is you want to use your nanites, any nanites you do get, and you want to buy this, the economy scanner. You can find that at your space station. You'll want to use the economy scanner, and you'll want to find something like this, which is a trade outpost. So this trade outpost has special items in it. And this is where we're going to use our 5 million units. So we're going to land here, we're going to jump out, and we're going to go buy these items. Now, this might be more than 5 million, but like I said, you probably want to start with 5 million. It might even be less than 5 million. We'll see here. I'll even do some quick math for you guys. So, these items here, you can see that there are 73 of these, 52 of these, 41 of these, and 56 of these. All of these white items. What I mean by white items, not the name, the picture or the background behind the picture. You see how the ferrite has gray behind it. This one has blue behind it. That one's purple behind. That is what I'm referring to. What you want to do is you want to look at these first blue items here. I've seen anywhere from two to probably about five of them. So this planet here has four of them. What we're going to do is we're going to buy up all this stuff, and I'm actually going to do some quick math for you guys and figure out exactly how much we're going to spend on this. Okay, so I bought all four of everything. Like I bought, the 73, the 56, whatever they were, and it looks like we spent 2,498,234. So keep that number in mind. What we're going to do now is we're going to jump in our ship here, and this is going to be a little bit sketchy for you guys. Just because if you're new to the game, you may not have the ability to do this yet. Just go along with the story until they teach you how to jump to different systems. So on the PS5, let me put some fuel in there. On the PS5, oh, actually, you know what? I probably need fuel in. Oh, I don't. Interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, so what you're going to do is you're going to hit down on your D-pad. You're going to look for your galaxy map. And then once again, you do want this economy scanner here, and I will show you why. So we're going to pick that galaxy map there. So the economy scanner, if you look up in the very top right where it shows up and down on the D-pad and it says filter there, you can pick economy. This sorts it by the economy where your current or the economy that the star system is basically. So if we zoom in here on the system that we're in, you can see we're on a purple system here. So this is not the same as the purple systems that are new to the game. This is just a purple economy, which I don't even remember what that is. Um, Honestly, I think it's like oh, I can't even think of what it's called. But basically, if you look at the right there where it says G4F and it says water, and then under that it has a picture of Vikine, it shows 2 stars, and then it shows like a little DNA symbol. That is the economy basically. So I will hopefully remember to do this. If not, I'll give you a quick rundown. But that means that this is a purple system, and purple needs to sell to a blue system. So now we have to find a blue system, not cyan. That's or sorry, that one's actually is blue, so not this color blue, that's cyan. We need to find one of these blues that we can actually jump to. So we can't jump to that one because it's emerald, or we don't have an emerald drive. That one's an indium. We can't jump there. We could actually jump to this one here. But let me go over it real quick so you guys know where you're jumping to. So, in case I forget to put the picture that I found on someone else's stream, which I think it's Whiskey Gaming, Whiskey Barrel Gaming, I believe. So he has a great video on how to do this as well. But basically, if you buy from a green system, you want to sell to a purple system. If you buy from an orange system, you want to sell to a yellow, yellow to cyan, blue to green, red to orange, purple to blue. So, like I said, we are currently in a purple one and we need to sell to a blue one. So, let's look for the closest blue one. I think it was one of these. And I don't think I've been here before, but it doesn't matter. We're going to jump here anyway. So, Once you have the system, you're going to go ahead and select it. Go ahead and warp over there. All right, and then once you are here, you don't want to go to the space station to sell these items. You need another trade terminal. So what we're going to do is we are going to try scanning from space, which I don't even know if this works from space. But if you press down on your D-pad and then you go over to utilities and you look through here, you can see that your economy scanner is also here. You're going to hit X on your economy scanner. It's going to load real quick. Then you want to pick the top selection there. It says locate trade outpost. So we're going to hit X on that. And it actually looks like it found one. So we just got to find out where that was. It's on that planet over there. So we're going to go over to that planet. We're going to land there. All right, here we are at the planet coming up on the trade post here. Like I said, you don't want to sell to the space station. You don't want to use any of the galactical trade things. You want to come here to a trade outpost and make sure you trade here. Also, if you are still learning any of the languages or anything, like for any of my experienced players and you're following along with the video, this is a good place to learn more words and stuff that you guys may not have, or for the new players that are looking to still learn some languages as well. So you can talk to all the people here, learn their languages, which I'm going to skip over that so I'm not wasting you guys' time. But you want to come up to this Galactic Trade Terminal here. It's okay to use this one because you're at a trade terminal. Just don't use the one on the space station, like I said. You're going to hold square on that, bring it up. You're going to go to sell. And all the items that with the white background that you bought at the other place, you're going to sell here. So we're going to look for those. And you can see here, this one alone, look at that. It's selling for 3 million. We only spent 2.4 million. I think it was 2.4. We only spent, let me see. Yeah, we only spent 2.4 million on it. And by this one item, we're already getting back 3 million. So we're already at a profit. So we're going to sell all 73 of these. Go ahead and get rid of those. We're going to sell all 56 of these, which gives us another 111,866. Other white items right here. So that one and that one. So we sold all of those. So once again, let me do some quick math here real quick. All right, so we spent 2.4 million. We went from 26 to 24 when we did that, and then we went back up to 29. So only counting profits, only counting from the 26 to now the 29 that we have, we made an additional 2.3 million. So what you can do now is we are currently in a blue system. You can do that again. You can actually come back in here, make sure you're on the buy tab, and this one looks like it has another 4 here. So we're going to buy all 69 of these. We're going to buy all 75 of these. We're going to buy all 41 of these. Whoops. And all 63 of these. So, unfortunately, I didn't write down the 29 mil that we had, but we'll just go 29 to 27. So basically, we spent roughly 2 million there, and we're currently in a blue system. So now we need to go to a green system. So basically, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to jump in here. We're going to fly out of here. And I'm not even worried about anything else. We're going to go straight there. So like I said, this was, make sure you use your economy filter up there. This was a blue system, as you can see there. Whoops. As you can see there, we were in the blue system. So now we're going to look for a green system, which we can't go there. We can go here. So we're going to go ahead and come to this one here. And while doing this, you guys are making profit every single time. If for some reason you guys come across a pirate galaxy, it won't, you'll still be able to sell your items for a profit, but it won't have the normal items that are sold there. What it'll have is it will have illegal black market items. Those items can be sold in any galaxy. And you can sell them at the just at a normal space station. All right, so once we're here, we're gonna use our scanner again, like so. hit locate trade outpost. And of course it detected one for us. Just gotta find it. There it is. We're gonna come down here. All right, and here we are coming up on the trade post. Like I said, just make sure you're selling to the trade post, not the space station. So here we are. Go ahead and wait for that to turn green, which it looks green already. I don't know what's wrong with my eyes. But here we are. We can jump out. And once again, we're going to sell all of those items. So come in here, make sure you're on sell. And look at that. So this one, we're currently at 27.3. We're going to sell all of these, sell all of these, all of these, and all of these. So we went from 29 down to 27, and then from 30 or from 27 up to 31. So we basically made another 2 point something million for just that run. Now, sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll get a lot more than just the 2 point whatever million that we have been getting. But as you guys can see, it is an easy way to make a quick 2 million. And if you're jumping from system to system, keep doing this over and over, that's 2 million for every system you're jumping to. So you're still making a profit no matter what. Eventually, you will come across one that will give you quite a bit of stuff. It looks like we probably won't make too much on this one because there's nothing really here that's expensive. But yeah, like I said, you want to stick with just those three items there. The ones that are white. There's only three in this one, and we are currently in the green system. So now the green system will actually rotate back to the purple system. But if you start in like an orange system or something, you'll end up using the orange and the yellow and all of those. But for these, they basically go back and forth. And then, real quick, let me see if I can also find a pirate system so I can show you guys what I'm talking about with that. So I can't do a conflict system, or I can't do a conflict scanner because I don't have the conflict thing in there yet. But I have found a pirate one before. Let me see if I can find it again real quick. Um, There. So you know that this is a pirate system, and it's actually a purple system too, which is where we need to go. So it's still a purple system. We can go there, but you know it's a pirate system because of that last icon there. So under the 74 light years, the F5F and the water, it'll show the symbol showing it's a GEC unit. It shows the little skull because they're currently in conflict right now. And then you'll see like the little DNA thing showing it's purple system. The last icon there is a giant skull. That means it's a pirate system. So we can actually go here and you can sell these at this place. You can sell them at the space station, but we're going to see if we can still find a trade terminal. Because I still want to turn a profit. You'll still turn a profit in the space station here. But I think we'll be better off if we can find a trade outpost. So let's see if we can find one of those. So here we are. Of course, it's going to give me a milestone for jumping. All right, so let's scan for a trade outpost again real quick. And we have one, which is over here on a paradise planet. Nice. Okay, so we just got scanned for hostile ships. Basically, what's going to happen is they are going to attack us because we are carrying valuable goods. Even if it didn't scan that salvage data, the items that you're carrying for the trading will automatically make them attack you. You can either run from them or fight them. It's completely up to you guys. We're just going to see if we can run from them because I really don't care. But basically, all I do is I pulse forward and you'll kind of see them dragging behind a little bit, the little red square on the thing down there. Eventually, you'll be able to jump, and look at that. We just outran them. All right, and then here we are coming up to the planet for the trade outpost. So we're gonna land here once again. Like I said, this time we probably won't make that much of a profit. You'll still make a profit, but probably not as much because nothing was really even over a million at the last place. But we're still gonna make a good quite a bit of money from this just because we came to a pirate system, and this pirate system is gonna have those illegal black market items. They might not have them here. We may have to go to the space station, but I'll still show you what I'm talking about. And then on top of that, what I was talking about with the scanner, because I don't think I've scanned everything here. Yeah. So take a look at the center of the screen. Let me get rid of that first. Take a look at the center of the screen. It will show you how much I get just for scanning this one tree. So look at that. We got 35,000 units just for scanning that one tree. And that's, like I said in the beginning of the video, that has to do with your multi-tool upgrades for the scanner. So if you can get all 4 of these, well, this one you start with, if you can get the other 3 turned into S classes, you'll get even more than that. I remember being able to get like 500,000 per scan and stuff like that. Like you can get some pretty high numbers out of it. So let's come over here. When we bought items, we were at 31. Look at that. We didn't even drop below 31. So, and look, they do have the black market items. So we're going to sell the other items real quick. I think the highest one was only 300,000, but look at that. This one's already 549 by itself. So we're going to sell that. We're going to sell this one. And it was only 3 items. Look at that. That one's 900,000. So we'll get rid of that one too. And there we go. That's all of them. So we still went from 31 to 32 million, which is awesome. We still got $1 million out of that. Now what you want to do is you want to come here and you want to buy all of these black market items. So we're going to buy all of these. And we'll just say we were at 32.5. I know we were a little higher than that, but we'll say we were at 32.5 when we bought this. We'll give ourselves a benefit of the doubt. So we're going to buy all those. We're still going to go to the space station too, because we can buy more black market items there, because these actually do sell for quite a bit. So if you guys want, you can also just do what I'm doing now. Hey, there's a solar ship. You guys can do what I'm doing now and just go to pirate outposts and just sell to any outpost. That'll work as well. But if you want to utilize the actual trade system, you can get quite lucky and sell for more items than what are at the pirate galaxies. Sorry, I had to think of the word there. All right, and we're locked on the moon there, not the station. There we go. All right, here we are coming up to the space station. Looks like it's going to be on the other side for the opening. I will point out one more thing for you guys. If this is your first time coming to a another system, you can also get more of the slots for your exosuit. It is going to cost you money, but you can get basically 2 every time. So if you know how to call in the anomaly already, if not, then you can only get 1. But if you do know how to call in the anomaly, you can call in the anomaly, run to the back, and you can buy a slot there. And then when you're in the space stations, there's also going to be a spot here you can buy them. So the outlaw ones for the pirate system are going to be over here. I've already bought mine, but you would click on this right here, and it will let you buy one. But what we are looking for is this guy. Yeah. So we're looking for this guy here. We're not going to sell our items here. We technically can. The black market items. I think that was one of them, maybe. That one there. Yeah, smuggled contraband. So we could technically sell that here. But we're actually going to lose money. See how it says negative 2.1 demand? That means that we're losing money. If it's green and it shows a positive number when you're selling, that's a good thing. But we're not buying, or we're not selling here. We're going to actually buy these. So we're going to buy these. We're going to buy these. And we are going to buy these. And that's it. Now we're going to go back to any system. Does not matter, since it doesn't matter which system we go to, because we're only selling illegal goods. We're going to go back to our main system where my home is. I could technically use that portal, and I could just use the portal to go back and teleport there. But we're going to do it this way. And we're going to look for our home planet, which is down here. Oops, right there. Stop it. Right there. All right, here we are back in our home system. We don't have to scan for a trade terminal. We know where one's at. But like I said, with the black market items, you don't have to go to a trade terminal. So we're actually going to go right here to the space station. And then, like I said, if you're in a new system, make sure you go ahead and buy your exosuit slots if you want to spend that money. If not, then don't worry about it. But while you're here, you may as well if you do have the money. And this one, we're actually going to use just a trade terminal down here on the bottom. Right here. And don't forget, we were calling it 31.5. We're going to go to sell. We're going to look for those black market items. Look at that. This one here is selling for a positive 160. So that alone is already giving us 1.7 million. So we can hit X on that. And look at that. We're back up to we're past our 31.5 already off just that one item. And then we go down here. Here's another 2 million that we're getting. Click on that. This one here, only 66,000, but not bad. And we got one more, I think. This one right here. I believe that's everything. Oh, one more. Let's double check, make sure there's nothing else. There we go. So we went from 31.5 up to 35 million. Granted, at that last one, I did also buy from the trade outpost and from the space station. So if you guys want, technically you can go to a pirate system. You guys can buy from all the trade outposts you can find from the space station. You can go to another pirate outpost, buy all the black market goods there, spend as much money as you want, and then come back to a normal station. Doesn't matter which system you're in, as long as it's a non-pirate one, and then you can sell the items and you'll turn a profit. So that's basically how the trade system works. It is, like I said, it's an easy way to make money. It's not exactly quick because it is a lot of flying around back and forth and stuff. But it's very easy. I mean, you guys seen me even outrun the pirates that were trying to steal our goods. Or you can just do it the old-fashioned way, which is what I was talking about before. You guys can find those salvage data units. But it does take time even doing that because you have to go around, you have to dig up each individual one. Granted, like I said, you get two to three sometimes, but still, even if you're digging up three every single time, that's still 10 different locations you have to run to on foot, just to dig those up. And at that point, you're still only getting with 30 of them, you're still only getting 1.5 million. So I think it's still a little bit faster to go and actually use the trade terminals and use the system that way. So I'm actually going to keep doing that. That's how I'm going to get all of my money. I just wanted to give you guys an update so you guys can see where I'm at with my nanites and then how I've been making my units. Which actually, with my nanites, there was something else that I needed. Oh, I need to do the next. I need to add on a slot for my ship, which I think is here. So upgrade ship. We're going to purchase a storage thing, which is 12 million. Kind of sucks, but it's okay. And we're going to buy one of the ones up here because we're going to try to get the other drives for us. So we're actually going to buy more than one. So we're going to buy this one. I think there's still three different ones. We're going to buy this one, which is 13 mil. And I don't think I can buy anymore. Yeah, because that one's 14. So I can now do the indium and the emerald. Emerald and indium. Yeah, and then there's the new purple one, which I don't know where that one is or how to do it yet. I don't know if that's a mission that we have to do because that's something new that's in the game for the last one to be able to get to the purple systems. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, so we can at least put the new drives in there. If anything, we will probably switch some of the stuff around so we can actually put this here, which will give us more thing for our thrusters. We can shift these over, shift these this way, and then we'll be able to connect our drives to these. So we can actually move that one too. And yeah, that's good. We'll just put the last two down here, which I don't even think we have to keep this one. I'm not sure on this, so don't quote me, please. But I think once you get the emerald drive, you don't need the cadmium anymore. And then once you get the indium, you can use just the indium without the emerald and without the cadmium. I believe that's how it works. But for us to do, oh, we can already make the emerald one. Let's make it now. Look at that. Boom. Perfect. All right, so that one's good. And then we still need the indium, which is here. We need emerald and wiring. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we don't need the cadmium anymore. But before I delete that, I will find out. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Like I said, I'm going to keep doing this for now. Just running back and forth between the stations. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comment section. If you guys have any tips for any other players or anything, let them know as well, whatever your tip is. And then, of course, people agree, or if they're having a hard time, I'm sure they'll ask you questions or whatever. If you do leave tips for someone and they ask you a question, please respond to them if I don't, because that means that you probably know something I don't, and you probably have an inside scoop on whatever tip you're leaving for them. So someone else might not be able to answer that. But thank you again. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Bye bye.